What's going on, YouTube? Chris here. Want to bring you all an update today of the altcoins. Yesterday I was asking what 5 altcoins y'all wanted me to cover, and basically the winners were Link, Ethereum, Litecoin, ADA, Digibyte. We had some VET. People wanted XLM and also Tezos. So what I'm going to do, I like doing Litecoin videos by themselves. So we're going to be looking at Ethereum. We're going to be looking at Link. We're going to look at ADA, Digibyte, and we're probably most likely going to get into VET. We may get into a few other ones. If not, hopefully tomorrow we'll look at Tezos, some of the other ones. But I wanted to nail down these ones, and also let me know for tomorrow we'll do the same thing. Since you guys were really putting those comments down there, helping this channel out, let me know what 5 you would like to cover tomorrow. It can be any coin, and we'll do the best we can if it gets the most votes, okay? So let's dig into this. So first of all, we're going to start in here with Ethereum. We're at $1,725. We're up about 3.4%. The most important thing, we always talk about price action here. We need to hold this higher low that we are dealing with. So we want to stay up above 1,638. That's going to be the key for us here. And what you can see is we've kind of just been bouncing around, ranging, moving sideways ever since we hit our high of roughly about, we'll call it $2,053. We went as low as 1,288, and we've just really been chopping sideways ever since then. So it's important that we hold this area of 1,638. If we do end up losing that, because we always look at the downside and upside targets here, we'd look for support. We'd want to hold it roughly about 1,455 is going to be the areas for support. Now, in terms of overhead resistance to keep this trend moving to the upside, first we need to get up above about 1,840. Then it'd be up to around 1,941, then that high of 20,038. And for Ethereum, this is one I've talked to people about for quite a while here. We've been moving sideways. Many people are discouraged about Ethereum, and they're starting to dump Ethereum, and typically that's when things will start to take off. I don't believe Ethereum's done, guys. It's going to have another big push up, in my opinion. You know, we may bounce around in here another week, month, whatever, but I believe Ethereum is destined to really hit some of those higher numbers, you know, $3,000, even potentially up to that $5,000 in the longer term macro bull market that we've been dealing with here. Now for Ethereum, if we turn on our EMAs here, I want to take a look at this. We are trading up above our 50, we're up above our 100, and we're up above our 200. So I want to zoom into this. Yesterday, what we did, we tried to have a candle close back up above this 20 EMA in purple. We could not get there. So we're actually trading below that right now. And you can see we're getting squeezed between the 20. Let me zoom in a little bit more here. Getting squeezed between the 20 and that 50. So I'm anticipating some type of break here, whether it be to the upside or the downside. When things start to get tight, that's typically when you'll start to get those breaks. So we need to have a plan, and that's why we're looking at these overhead resistance and these support areas. Now, main thing you want to always do is follow the trend. You want to trade with the trend, and the trend has still been up. You can see all these moving averages. We're in an uptrend, and until that macro uptrend is broken, you want to continue to trade with the trend. You want to, for longer term investors, not financial advice, you want to continue to let those positions ride. You want to follow this trend. Okay, remember, it's like a big raging river, and it's going to take a lot to reverse that. Okay, so right now the trend is up. If we get into the technicals here, and also, guys, if you get some from these videos, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, help this channel out the best you can. Put down those 5 you would like to see tomorrow as well, so we can check that out. So for the technicals, you can see how neutral we are for Ethereum, guys, just how we've been ranging, moving sideways. We have an 8 sell, a 9 neutral, and a 9 buy. Oscillators, 1 sell, 8 neutral, and a 2 buy. Moving averages, 7 sell, 1 neutral, and a 7 buy. So sticky spot right now, but still I do believe that in the longer term, Ethereum's going to keep this moving here. You can see the last time we really had a nice correction. Took quite a while. And what I like to do is measure the days. So let me check this out here. So our date from when we started selling off until we made that higher low, we were roughly about 35 days in this correction. So let's take a look at where we're at now. So once we started correcting, our very bottom there was about 8 days. We're still ranging, moving sideways. So it's been about 32 days since we ended up hitting that high here. So we're getting to that point. Ethereum's going to want to get to start moving here fairly soon, unless, guys, like we talked about, something crazy happens, some crazy news or whatever. Anything can always come out. But right now, the trend is your friend. I want you to remember that, okay? So let's pull off these EMAs. We're going to get into Link next. Link is one that needs to get moving here. We're back down around $27.57. A lot of ranging here since we hit our high of $37.18. We went as low as roughly about $20.97. And that's the range here, guys, and why I like to put those limit buy orders at support areas or off moving averages, because you can really get these long wicks here and catch them, and then you can get this bounce up. But right now for Link, we just really been moving sideways. The volume's been falling as well. And that's going to tell you most likely some type of break is going to be coming. Okay? Odds are most likely it's going to be an upside break, just due to the fact we're trading up above our trend line here and we're up above our longer term moving averages. So right now for Link, and why today's such an important area, we need to close up above this 50 EMA, because if we close below it, then we're looking down to this 100 here, and that would roughly be at about $24.20, and then our 200, which would be back around $20. But Link's really spent a lot of time here just moving sideways. It's time for Link to get moving here. Okay, let's take a look at some indicators. We'll throw on our relative strength. Relative strength right now is at 46, so we have plenty of room to go up and make another nice move here, guys. We just have to have that volume. It's going to take that big volume. You see back in here, this big volume that helped push us to the upside. Big volume back here helped push us to the upside, right? That's what we're waiting for now for Link. So really watch these areas, guys. If we do get an upside move, 3170 is going to be some tough resistance, overhead resistance, and it's going to be up around 3583 is going to be the area. Support, let's stay up above $24.48 right now. If we take a look for the technicals, you can actually see this one that's showing a sell signal right now. So just be a little bit more careful right now for Link. I do believe in the longer term it's going to keep moving to the upside, but in the shorter term, obviously anything can happen. So on the 1 day, we're looking at a 10 sell, 9 neutral, 7 buy oscillators, 2 sell, 8 neutral, 1 buy oscillators, or I'm sorry, moving averages here, 8 sell, 1 neutral, and a 6 buy. So that's going to be Link. Want to cover that one for us here. The next one we're going to get into is ADA. Okay, guys, and this is one I do not, just to let you know, I do not have a position in this. ADA, I didn't want to chase anything. I did not get a position early in it, so this is one I'm just covering for people here who really like ADA. I think it's a good project, but for me, I don't want to chase something that's already had such an extension, if that makes sense. Okay, but for people who are in it, and you've been in this for quite a while, this is where you want to continue just to let things ride right now. You're still trading up above the 50, the 100, and the 200 moving average, but you can see this really long wick. That's why I say anything can happen in this space, guys. We were up around $1.22. We wicked down to 15 cents. I mean, that's how crazy this space is. All right. But one thing I do want to point out to you here, as price was moving up, you can see the relative strength. We're actually losing a little bit of relative strength here. It looks like we might have got a little double bottom down here. The RSI is at 51. So we do still have room to make a move to the upside if this wants to continue. And what we'll have to do is get over top of roughly $1.38. And then be up to around where we double topped $1.50 is what we're going to call it. Main area of support, let's hold the 50, and that's going to be right around $1. It's going to be the main spot here. If we get into the technicals and take a look, we are very neutral, a 7 sell, a 9 neutral, and a 10 buy. Oscillators, 1 sell, 8 neutral, and a 2 buy. So I want to say congratulations to anyone who's really made some nice gains out of this. I just don't like to chase things, guys. I really like to see those big retracements and then jump in. You know, if we had a monster retracement off this double top and we came back down or wicked down to the 100 or the 200, then that could present some good opportunities, but I just don't like to chase things. That's my opinion. I'm not one, because I've been in the space for 4 years, guys. I don't FOMO into anything anymore. If something pumps out of 9,000 coins, it pumps. It doesn't bother me at all that I missed it if that's the case. Focus on the good fundamentals of the coins that you're in or that you're trading, and just really do the best that you can. Don't beat yourself up too much. This is a very tough space. It's the most volatile space in the entire world, and we're trying to trade it here based off price action, which I do believe is the best factor for us. Okay, so that's going to be ADA. Just keep an eye on that. Next one we're going to take a look at is Digibyte, and if you're here for Digibyte, I want you to let me know so I can keep putting this in for people. And also let me know if you like when I put Digibyte like this, or if I do an individual video like I do for Litecoin where I can get a little bit more in depth. I'd love to hear your opinion on that. So right now for Digibyte, we have a nice bullish engulfing candle taking place today. So this would be a bullish engulfing candle. Get my arrow here. Okay, so we would need to close today up above roughly, let's see here, it would be 0.06889. You can see this red line, so we need to close up above that. That is current resistance. Want to get up above that. The next area is going to be 0.07657, then be up to around that 8.5 cents, right up in this area. And if we can get over top of 8.5 cents, we really could break loose fairly fast here for Digibyte. And if we just step out, I want to show you the long-term history of this chart for Digibyte at least. And And this is the best chart I had, guys, but you know, we were as low, we tweezer bottomed at 0.00152, and even look where we're at now. But we've just been in this steady uptrend. We had this really big push up here, we've moved sideways, another push up, moving sideways, and if we get that next push up, that could take us to around that 16 to 20 cents, right in that range. Could be a really explosive move. Volume has been moving down right now, okay, so be aware of that. Relative strength is at 58 right now. Main thing for Digibyte, let's continue to stay up above the 20 EMA here in purple, up above the 50, the 100, and the 200. If we get into the technicals and take a look, you can see Digibyte is doing really well right now. 0 sell, a 9 neutral, and a 17 buy. Oscillator, 0 sell, 8 neutral, and a 3 buy. Moving averages, 0 sell, 1 neutral, and a 14 buy. So you're actually seeing some of that money starting to go into some of the smaller caps, and we definitely want to keep an eye on that there. Okay, so that's going to be Digibyte. If you're here for that, let me know down low, and also let me know if you're in Digibyte and this is something you're currently longer term investing in, you're trading. Would love to hear your opinion down low. So that's Digibyte. The next one let's take a look at here is going to be VET. A lot of people wanted VET, and that's around 9 cents right now. Main thing with VET, you've really healthy uptrend still. We're up above our 20, our 50, our 100, and our 200. Relative strength is at 69 right now, so starting to get to that 70. Typically, we sell off around 80 to 85 for VET. We'll start to get these little corrections. You can see over here we had that ABC correction, then we got moving again. For VET, when we're looking at the technicals here, you can see it's really nice, like we talked about, that nice strong uptrend, a 0 sell, a 10 neutral, and a 16 buy. Oscillator, 0 sell, 9 neutral, and a 2 buy. Moving averages, 0 sell, 1 neutral, and a 14 buy is what we're looking at there. In terms of overhead resistance, if we can get up above 10 cents, we're going to be looking good there. In terms of support, we want to hold about 7 cents. That's going to be the area that we're looking at here. It's really important for us to pay attention always to the volume, always to the moving average, and the direction that we've been moving here. Okay, so another big support area, if we did get a nice drop, would be about that 0.0560. And we know how quick wicks can come down, guys. Even look at the price over here. It was at 2 cents. We wicked all the way down to 0.01. So there's many times you can catch these long wicks, and it's almost a 50% retracement, then you pop right back up. So what I like to do, say I wanted to enter VET, I would start layering limit buy orders down in these ranges here and see if I could get them on a nice big retracement. That's something that I always think can help people. Okay, so that's what I wanted to bring to you today, guys. If you get some from this, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. God bless each and every one of you. Nice to see the trend up here. Take care, my friends.